Hello, so today we're going to go over how to track the Rhynio. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll notice some of the builds, but we're going to go over some new builds in this video that may work just a little bit better. Of course, we have this build which you saw in the last video, but it still works really well. It does need a slight adjustment, as in the last video there wasn't collision. I went ahead and added the collision in, set just to check, and for the most part it works. It just needs to be spread out a little bit wider because you couldn't quite push up against the body. Also, if you go on over how to make this trap, which is a very simple trap, you can put this trap up in less time than it takes for the Rhynio to get out of the net. So this trap works great for just popping it up anywhere. And you may remember this trap from the last video, which we showed where we only had to go up 5 instead of going all the way up 12. I still prefer the 12 high, but we made an even smaller, more compact version of this that still works. We'll be showing you how to build this trap and how to use it in this video as well. Let's get into it. Okay, so when using this trap, if you want to get something like the Bronto pregnant, sometimes it won't work. Sometimes if you want a bigger dinosaurs pregnant, it won't work. So what you need to do is get the trike here, get a trike, and run it right up to the edge of the door here and get hit, and go through its attack sequence. And then when it goes to impregnate, it'll do that right there. And try and hit the trike and hit the Bronto instead. Or if you're going after something bigger like the Giga or whatever. Anyway. Yeah, so you can do that if it's not working. Sometimes he won't want to impregnate the bigger dinos for some reason when he's in the trap. So you just need to get him through the... Not for some reason, we know the reason. I explained it in the last trap video, but we'll go through it again here. Okay, so the Rhino needs to go through a set of attack sequences before it can impregnate a dinosaur. Right, and if you can't pull those off, it won't do it. So sometimes it won't work on the larger dinos. Get them low enough. So he has to hit like this a few times, then he'll fly up, or she'll fly up, and then do the impregnation animation. He's going for the trike, but hit the Giga. So you're looking for the Rhynio, and when you find one, for whatever reason, you don't want to have a trap built somewhere to bring it back to, because you never know where you're going to find the Rhynio, and trying to drag it all the way back to a trap, but maybe far away from it because you didn't realize where the Rhynio was going to be at the time, maybe a pain. So you want to have a mobile trap. Something you can just set up and take down for taming whenever you find one. Alright, let's get into it then. So for this, we're going to assume you're alone. If you were with a buddy, you may not need to do the first step I'm fixing to show you. But if you're alone, you definitely will. If you're with a buddy, it might help, just in case y'all mess up. It goes too slow. Because you don't want to knock these guys out, right? They sleep forever, so you're going to want to net gun them. And then once you've net gunned them, you're on a timer. So we'll show you how to avoid that timer real quick. Okay, so you found your Rhynio, you brought it back to where you want to tame it at. And so you net gun it. Now, you need to get the Rhynio down. So we'll start by its eye and go make a triangle, right? This way it can't get back up. We could just build the trap to begin with. You'll have to find where it's not obstructed, make sure it's not too wide. If it becomes too wide, it'll be able to get out. You have to do this quick. I'm probably going way too slow trying to show this to you. Alright, so now we got that. He's going to be able to get out though, right? So then we'll put this gate here. Now you're going to need to drop some pillars real quick. Go up. And then go up 4 and then get some ceilings on that third high one. And I'll show you why the third high one in a minute. Oh no, the dino gate's interfering. It's too close to the dino gate. Not good. We'll pick it up. We'll place another one a little bit farther back. I have a lot of time left. He wakes up. Come on. Yes. No, did I get it in time? He wants to fight me, so yeah, there we go. Oh, he broke the... No, silly. I just supposed to be able to snap it. He wants to fight. Oh, we got it. Alright, now he's stuck. He can't fly out of there, right? So now we can wait until we can net him again. Now we have him stuck. And then we can build the trap. Alright, I want to show you the trap we could use real quick. We could build this around him. If you want to save a little bit of resources, this takes a little bit longer to build. Pop up a couple of pillars, ceiling, and then hatch frame. We showed you how to build this in the previous trap video. I know at then the collisions weren't on like they are now. That was my bad. But I realized that during editing. But it works the same. It may just have to adjust it just slightly to the left or right of the Rhynio and make it a little bit wider, but it still holds him, no problem. And then the one that goes through the tail still works perfectly. Okay, so I showed you how to trap the Rhynio in case you think you can't build this fast enough, but I'll show you how to build it quickly. And if you have a second buddy with you, you'll be able to build it fast enough. You don't need to trap the Rhynio like I showed you. But if you're uncomfortable with it possibly waking up and flying away or combating you, then go ahead and trap it the way I showed you. Either way, you'll build this around it next. And for this part, I may not be able to talk to do it quickly, but we'll see. So, one of the things is you're going to need to be in. So, you see, I'm in first person. You're going to be in third person for this, so it goes quickly. And it makes it much easier. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so you got your Rhynio where you want it. Ignite it. Immediately start putting the gates down. Start by its head. Push into it until it turns red. Then come back till it's green. Well, see its body, yeah, right about there. With its legs. And I'll stay lined up with that. Drop the next one. Come back and put some pillars down. Back behind it. 2, 3, 4 up. Drop a ceiling on top of that. The hatch frame, see I'm in third person, I can just go this stuff up tall. Same thing with the east gates. You want to start by its head, come backwards with it. Construct it, there, that's perfect. Make sure you line up with that, maybe turn a little bit of an angle to close any gap you may have left there. Alright, then come back to the front, and we're going to drop pillars right in front of them, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the ceiling. It's very top. Another hatch frame. However, this will work. And make sure the hatch frames, yeah, we're over the gates, or under the gates a little bit. There we go. You did wake up. Did I leave too much of a gap? So it should be trapped. It shouldn't be big enough a gap in the middle for me to get out. Yeah. And there you go. That's how you do it really quick. 4 downward gates, 8 pillars, 2 ceilings, 2 hatch frames. And the Rhynio is stuck. And this is kind of the minimum size, almost the minimum size you need for the them to be able to go through the animations and impregnate the dinosaur. Again, this trap here is the bare minimum, right? But because that one's made of dino gates, it needs to be a little bit bigger. The dino gates kind of interfere with its ability to, with its animations. This one doesn't interfere with animations, so. But this one's a little bit harder to build before it gets out of the net. Alright, so let's start a video. We probably showed you these. You probably have a good idea already. In the last video, I showed you how to build one of these, and then we showed you how to make it smaller. We're going to go even more minimalistic than this, although I like the biggest one for breeding multiple dinos, especially Brontos and Gigas and cars, things like that. You kind of need a bigger one for that. You can probably pull it off with a small one. It's just easier in that big one. You're going to be doing that. But if you're just looking for something quick and easy to build out, we're going to do this one here. All right, and we'll show you how this one works. And then, of course, if you really have, you just have enough resources and you just want to be quick about it, 5 behemoth gates all lined up together. Just make sure there's no gap in it that's wider than this is probably pushing it. Because even though it looks like that gap's not very big, let me go into God mode and show you here. Even though this gap looks like it's not very big, right? There's some clipping here, right? This isn't a full... So the collision isn't exactly lined up with the mesh detail, right? So the collision is there. So you gotta be careful because it works both ways on this one and that one, making that gap even wider than it looks. So if you're gonna do this, just make sure you push them close together. This will work. It's a little bit tricky. I guess you can uncrowd the dino in here. It's not great. And you spread these out just a little bit. I may put these close together, and then it can impregnate through the gap. But again, like I said, be careful about spreading them out too far, or we'll be able to escape. Now for the in-between trap, right? I don't want to go super big, but I also want to bait it back to a spot. I don't want to risk it getting out the net. So this is what we're going to build here. This one's pretty simple. 2 dino gates, 2 hatch frames, stone, metal, doesn't matter. So if you have about 15 door frames on you, you'll be good, and 9 foundations. Of course, always bring a little extra. You never know what's going to happen. And we'll go through the building process of this. It's pretty simple. It's a 3x3, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 this way, 1, 2 this way, and then 2 in the middle. And there we go, 3x3. Since that trap's there, it'd be hard to kite one in this way, so we're going to make this the back of our trap. So on the back of your trap, just pick one corner, put the dino gate there. This will be the back. Pop it up here. There we go, that's the back. And since it's there, we don't need to block that. We can block from here. All right, saving some room. Go up 4. And now, whichever one you're going to put your hatch frame off of needs to go up 3. So for now, you need to choose the left and right side, which is going to be which. You need 1 on the front and 1 on the back. Since we went up 4 here, we would go up 3 here, right? So this is, yeah, so this will be in the middle. We'll go up 3 here. 1, 2, 3. All right, so whichever one you start, so wherever side you clip this one to, and then you have this one over here. This is the one's going to end up with the 2. You're gonna, on this one, you're going to put your hatch frame on this one, so you're only going to want to go up 3 here. Yeah, go up 3 there, and I will show you constructed the reason why. See, it has an issue with the double, these double door frames. I think probably it might not have that issue with metal. I should probably test that with metal anyway. So then you just pop your hatch frame up on it like this. All right, and if you want to, you can finish this, but it's not necessary. If this was up here, the hatch frame would collide with it and it would cause an issue. Since you may be in a hurry to drop your second door, really just put it in the middle like this. It'll be good when you go to drop it. You won't drop it until you have the Rynio in here. All right, so we'll go here in the middle, put this up by 3. Oh, no, sorry, I told you wrong on this hatch frame. Let's fix this real quick. All right, it should have been like this here, and that's why those had to be 1 down, because this would interfere. Of course, me being up here is interfering with it. I'm going first person to set this up. It's probably easier to snap this from the ground, because you keep in mind you have to block some of this hatch frame, at least this section here. You can see the rock. I'll show you this little line here. I'll put my left hand on it there. My left hand's on that line. Yeah. Okay, from that far over on one side, it has to be blocked to keep the Rynio from going up through the hatch frame. So we'll just do it this way. Half the hatch frame is now blocked off from the Rynio, so we can't fly out of it. Okay, now for the next hatch frame. As we showed, you want to go up 3 on this one, and you want to come over here and you want to drop pillars so it snap to the foundation, right? So you can see it snapped here. And then you go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, third person, like I said, makes this easier. Instead of a stone ceiling, we're going to use a metal ceiling. So you're going to need 1 metal ceiling for this. Right? And the reason for that is we can do this right here. So you see this one snapped forward, so we want this one to be snapped backwards. Now, with a stone ceiling, it would collide with the hatch frame for some reason, and it won't let you place it like this. So that's why we needed a metal ceiling. Right? And now we have this blocked. And when we drop a dino gate here, and it's important the dino gate goes on this side. Right? It can go kind of in the middle, but it needs to be closer to the side so there's less of a gap for it to fly out of up high. So we'll go ahead and place it just to show you real quick. So place it. And then we come in here and you see how it closes the gap. Alright, no gap big enough for them to fly out of. Alright. Now we need a Rynio. Right now that we have a Rynio chasing us, we need a net gun. You can chase in here, go all the way to this gate. He'll fly up and put his head in. Boom, got him. Oh, last shot. Alright, thing. And then you come around behind him. And the reason you want to pull him all the way through the gate is so his body doesn't block the placement of this next gate. Alright, so and you see as his body's going to kind of block. So we'll place the gate kind of far back. And we went on the foundation. And there we go. And now the Rynio is trapped. And it will be able to go through its animations inside this trap. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.